when you was in Buffalo, and they was, you know what I'm saying, like you trying to do your music, you trying to do all this right here, what we doing right now, and it's like, nah, he not focused on football. You know what I'm saying?
Conversation.
Like people like me, once I do, say I drop a ball or do something bad, they be like, oh, he's too focused on video games. He doing stuff on Instagram. He posting this, posting that. I'm just like, bro, at the end of the day, I make more money off the field than playing on the field right now. So it really, you know what I'm saying, go hand in hand.
I think it's going to provide more opportunity for guys to capitalize on their image, on their likeness, which is a good thing.
Everybody don't come from good backgrounds. Some people come from hurting backgrounds financially, you know, not have no stability, you know, and this is a big break for them.
These colleges, you know, they brand these athletes and they take the opportunity to make the money instead of having that player make the money. And so, you know, when you look at some of these, you know, big schools and some of the things that they do and some of the campaigns that they put on, all of that generates revenue.
When I got my scholarship, again, I didn't really know much about scholarships. So I just found out that, Courtney, now you don't have to pay for schooling. So now you get to go to a major D1 university and play football, which you love, and your mom don't have to pay for none of this. I don't have to worry about where I'm gonna go. So that's where my mind was. You know, I didn't come from money like that, you know. My mom did the best she could with me and my younger brother and sister. Finding out that I would get Pell Grant, which I think may have been anywhere between $2,500 or $2,600. I think it may have got up by the time I left to maybe $2,700 a semester. One of the cool things about Clemson, each semester you get $500 to go to Belks and pretty much get your clothes, etc. Things outside of football, you know, it was very minimal. You couldn't really work. When it came time for me to do things outside of that, I didn't have money, you know. I wound up selling my bow ring.
My relationship with my agent, you know, real close. Big brother, a mentor, like father figure. Has fun when he wants to. He lets me have fun when it's time to have fun. When it's time to work, it's time to work. And he concentrates on that big time because everything's always a business, no matter what it is. Make everything a business.
Yo, you checking this out, man? Team Diverge is a gaming team I just started. I'm big into video games. At one point, I was part of FaZe, and now, you know, I did my own little business thing on the side.
You know, when I was in school at Troy, I think that one of the first, you know, NCAA footballs came out. You know, not saying that I should have been paid, but in the league, guys get paid for being on video games. If you use their name, they get paid.
You can be competitive in like Fortnite, Call of Duty, Among Us, Fall Guys, Madden, whatever it may be.
Whether you're good or sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta take it seriously. It's not something you just do on the side. Like, this is like a job, you know what I'm saying? Like, you make money from this.
So this is like your second job, really, like your second passion?
Yeah, like real life passion. No key is the first, but I'm gonna just say football. We're not gonna put that in there. But if I could make more money playing video games, I would. I wanna play football.
Duh, body be hurting. I already know it.
It be
Y'all ain't even
taking them hits.
Not really realizing, man, I could be out, I can get injured, anything could happen, and it's over with. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't thinking about that and you have no knowledge of that, that's one thing. But what happens if you are knowledgeable in all of those things? I'm aware of my money. I'm not doing all these things. Now let's look at it from the NFL perspective. It's set up to where, for instance, to receive the credited seasons, you got to play 3 years. 3 years in order to receive the league pension, the minimum. So how do you get the credited seasons? Well, from my understanding, you got to play in 3 regular season games. One play. So you can literally walk, from my understanding, you can walk on the field, do one play of special teams. I'm on the active roster. You have to be on the active roster first. You can't do this on practice squad. You on the active roster, waiting for coach to call you in. You come in, got one play, go in. Cool, that's one. I stepped on the field, I gotta play. I gotta get 2 more games before this season is, no matter what happens, it's considered one credited season. So sometimes, in my opinion, you know, they can know that, organizations can know that, and they won't play certain players. So how are you gonna get the credited season? You know, this is for the long run when you take the helmet off. You know, for me, I got 6 seasons, but guess how many credit seasons I only got?
Are you prepared for that financial change that's about to happen in your life?
I feel like I'm pretty prepared for it due to the fact of me having a little boy. Like I feel like that's gonna be life changing for me and my family because I'm gonna be the first one in my family to do it. And of course, you know, the first one in my family to get my degree. So, you know, everything is pretty much happening fast. But I think I'm gonna be pretty prepared for it.
I better spend money as it is. But one thing I worry about is this people come out of the woodwork asking for money. I got a big heart and it's hard for me to say no. So that'll be the only downfall for me.
Cause I'm coming.
So let me ask you real quick, with your money, Mike, that you say that, how do you stop from letting family and friends ask you for money? Are your parents gonna be involved like me and Lisa, or you gonna kind of have to make decisions on yourself?
You gotta have somebody around you
My
to say it.
parents, they don't hold their tongue for nobody. They feel like you wasn't there. They gonna tell you you can't get nothing. They gonna get to you straight up.
You can't have a whole bunch of yes men around you. You feel me?
You can't have no,
Like,
a whole bunch of no man.
You can't
I
have a
just
straight
made
no man
the
either.
money.
I'm
It's
saying
like
you
this.
can't have no yes man around you.
But it's like this though.
Literally just played 16 years of football,
Look, to get to that,
and I can't do nothing.
nothing. You see what I'm saying?
You kiss this.
So it's like this.
Right here, I'm gonna do something.
Bro, I'm saying
I
like,
go from
No, but y'all understand, it really, like, y'all hear the story, man, people come out the woodworks.
that's why you have somebody to say no.
money. You know, I think you should help the ones that help you get there. And even then, you know, when y'all first get there, and you know, unless you top 10 pick, you know, a lot of people just don't understand like how NFL players get paid. You know, y'all don't get paid for 17 weeks. You know, and you got to make that last the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying? How do you balance that? You know, not having money, and then you want to buy your mama a new house, or maybe a car, your dad. You know, so money only goes so far, and that's why a lot of, you know, what we did you know, like talking to Dabo, he said 78% of NFL players after football go broke. You know what I'm saying? You know, I didn't know that statistic. I knew it happened, but I didn't know it was 78%. That's big. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's why I'm on Ray, Jordan, y'all, you know, about respecting the money. You know what I'm saying?
What's up? Question for real. A go broke. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if we got a lifestyle that we living in, trying to uphold, of course, if I can't afford this no more, something even bigger, that's going broke. But going broke, you mean like Delonte West broke, or just
Mike Tyson, bro.
yeah, cause he still got it. He just ain't
Bro,
He ain't broke, but he lost a whole lot.
but
You
he's
know what I'm saying?
broke.
But you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about that type of bro, cause that's what I'm saying. Like, if that
You
wasn't
don't want to go
that,
back the way you came.
but look at what Mike was
That's
talking
the
about. He
worst
said he
thing.
barely spent anyway, so he gonna get a nice career, nice car,
That's
whatever.
what I said. Mike
As far as making it, and then you no longer making that money no more. Let's say he did something crazy with his money, but like I don't like just going broke completely, like $0 in the bank. I just never got that kind of aspect that people would be saying. Like, is it go broke for real or
a lot more than you ever knew?
For me, I played 6 seasons, 8 different NFL teams. Most of my career, I've been on practice squads. I would make anywhere between $6 to $9 grand, you know, every week, every couple weeks, however the pay structure was. I had opportunities to stack and save money, but given what I was going through, I didn't take advantage of that. So I would spend and then, well, I'm on another team. Dang. Or, well, I'm on the couch. I'm back home, or I'm not on the team. So the month or two, the 2 to 4 to 6 checks I received, now I'm home. So though I was spending a little bit then, now I'm home. So I'll get back up on another team for another 2 to 3 weeks, get a couple more checks, then I'm home again. But you don't really make the money until you make the active roster. It's a position that you thankful that you're on, but you gotta understand the severity of it. You gotta, compete and continue to do all you can to maintain that position. But for me, yes, financially things was better. I was making more money than I ever made my whole life, and that was something that I was really excited to be experiencing.
Yeah, everybody, so check this out. It's my dog Bougie, man. The reason why I named him Bougie is just because, he was living bougie lifestyle, and that's pretty much, the lifestyle that he lives now. I bought him a $30,000 chain, iced out, you know what I'm saying? So we lit, everywhere we go, he can go anywhere, honestly. We can go into any restaurant, they love Bougie, they know who he is. He got a girlfriend named Portia. She low-key annoying, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but she cool though. she cool though. She on Instagram too, but pretty much yeah, Bougie got like 238K verified dogs on Instagram. Bougie's DM is flooded with females. Pretty much DM anybody, honestly. Get them to talk. Have I used them before? I ain't gonna lie, I did. Used them a couple times. But Bougie is neuter, so yeah. And Bougie got me a Tesla for my birthday. I think last year. So
yeah, that's the one that got the Team LaBerge on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah,
That's dope.
And he began like little marketing deals with Adidas, little food companies. Look, check it out. You know what I'm saying? The Juju's Foundation, little bougie bowl, little Juju cereal. You know what I'm saying? Bust young man, little boy. You know what I'm saying? Look, so the jumping Juju's, you see us live. Got a bougie bowl, bougie and my dog. Got my own little spoon, got my own cereal. For the foundation, stuff like that, man. I like Captain Crunch, my favorite cereal. So we kind of went with the jumping Juju's.
Yeah, I be seeing them in
pretty
John
lit. Man, I eat these every morning.
If we live in a free society, everybody should be able to make money off of whatever they create. If you're a great player and you create buzz and people come to see you, you should be able to capitalize off that.
NFL, not for long. I got homies that got one opportunity from college. They got one opportunity. They go out there and for whatever reason it don't work out. Thank God for me, I was able to play multiple positions and I was athletic and I still had a lot of potential, which allowed me to bounce around. Well, let's try linebacker. Let's try this. Put him in there. You know what I'm saying? He can run special teams. He can run down. You know what I'm saying? That helped me out. You know what I'm saying? Which taught me that. So when I finally got in a position, it was like, okay, let me be smart. I ain't never had that, but I ain't never had this. So let me try to do this the best way. I lost some of that and got some of that back. And when I got that part, I made the most of it. But for me, I'm like, had I took advantage of everything, there's no telling, what I could have done as far as investing and with my finances.
And so that's the change that I think it's going to bring is just, creating that opportunity for guys to really, bring in other revenue streams for themselves. And I think that's a great thing for the college athlete.
When I was y'all age, I spent dumb money, stupid money on stupid things. But I ain't have nobody telling me I wasn't educated on finances then. You know what I'm saying? Good parents, they taught me, my mama was on me about money, but I didn't comprehend it then. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm so hard on my boys. Like, I push them, like, look, this is where it's gonna be. Not the way you gonna do it, it's gonna be the way we gonna do it.
Bro, I'm tired of college. Like,
college.
This shit, like, people think college is just like, and I ain't saying this to scare y'all boys. I'm saying, like, this college shit is really like a business for real. It's like, it's preparing you for the league. Like, this shit is a business.
Like, I hope y'all enjoy high
like,
school.
I want y'all to enjoy college, And sometimes I want y'all to know, like, you gonna get coaches to where they care about you. Some coaches care. Some coaches really do care about you. But most of the time, like 93% of the time, these coaches don't give a damn about you. You know what I'm saying? Don't care about your situation, what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? Like
their family that they got to feed.
One coach told me I couldn't even go back home. My son's about to be born. I couldn't even go back home to see my son.
You don't get no free
I
time.
didn't even go to King's first birthday party. You know what I'm saying? And that shit hurt me. You feel me? But they don't care. That's not putting money in their pocket. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just tired of just being fake in general. Like, you gotta smile in their face, do what they say. You know, you gonna have to. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not getting paid for it. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather get paid and, you know, act accordingly for something that I'm my job than to sit up here and be fake and, oh, I gotta do this for you, or I gotta sit up like this for you, or I gotta fake the phone for you. Hell nah, bro. This ain't that type of party.
And I think from a coach's perspective, you just want to kind of create that balance where all of the guys are being treated fairly and primarily the same. But, you know, we all know we live in a world where everybody's not treated the same.
When you throw money in front of people, that can take you farther away from wanting to go to the school for personal reasons. Let's just say Clemson, Alabama, and Chapel Hill, right? Let's just say, like, I knew in my heart I wasn't really gonna go to Chapel Hill, but I wanted to go because I'm a huge Jordan fan. They got all the basketball put, like, what? But I really didn't want to go over Alabama and Clemson. But if it was the daytime, and let's say if Chapel Hill, me being in Charlotte, and do you think I probably would have went? And a lot of it, you know what I'm saying, that takes away from, man, I want to go to Clemson, or you grow up, you know what I'm saying, watching a team or idolizing a team, you know, wanting to play for, and then another team throw a bag in front of you, and you're like, well, I knew I liked this school, or my dad and my mom went there, or whatever the case may be, but this right here is where it's at, and it's all about that money. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I understand that can happen. You know, it's a big deal. It's a big deal letting players receive that type of financial assistance, but at the same time, I feel like it's only right, especially when you got coaches making bank. You got organizations making $50, $60 million off of us, and you're just giving the full ride. Yes, a full ride is something to be thankful for, because a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people don't get to experience that. You got to pay for books, you got to pay for housings, and you got to get monies, you know, to support your lifestyle. Like, yes, that's real. You know what I'm saying? That's all real, but in the grand scheme of things, the giving of the scholarship versus what the organization or coaches make is microscopic. The way that I look at it, if a coach and these universities can make millions of dollars pretty much off the names, you know, of the players, you know, I feel like they should be rewarded. When I was at Clemson, my last year, went to Coach Sweeney, and I gave him an idea. Why don't you get a camera, record me and the guys while we're in the locker room, when we doing whatever we doing, you know, show the fans what it's like to be a Tiger. And he loved the idea. But now that has grown into, I think it's called Paul Vision. And, you know, when I look at stuff like that, you know, not that I want to receive some type of monetary off of it, but for me, you know, that is something that I feel like I helped bring there, and they developed that when I left.
You take a Tim Tebow, you know, a guy who was really, you know, marketable, and what the University of Florida did in terms of, you know, the marketing campaign and the money that they made off of him. Well, none of that money went to Tim Tebow. All of that went to the University of Florida.
One time during that whole recruiting process, and they was talking to my mom on trying to, I guess, figure out a way to get her to give me the blessings to go there. And they offered things, you know, whether it was living arrangements or, you know, assistance with a job, you know. And for me, you know, I'm looking at that as that's help. But my mom, she was just like, oh no, that's the devil, you know, I don't want to, we shouldn't, no. But, you know, that's just, for me, that's just a part of the recruiting process.
To stay focused, because there's a lot of distractions that's going to just come at you throughout life when you're young, old, anywhere. Just stay focused on whatever you want to, you know, accomplish in life, because it's, like I said, a lot of people come at you, a lot of things, a lot of situations. So it's all about how you gonna find yourself and define yourself to stay focused and to keep your goal at the main point of you know, your drive every day. You feel me? So, and the biggest thing that I want to preach to my son as I'm growing and as I'm elevating as a man as myself is just, man, be humble and always have your best foot forward, because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you only get one opportunity in life for a lot of things.
That's how I kind of go about stuff. I gotta set goals and stuff. I try to figure out how I'm gonna get there and what's the next step I'm gonna take and who can I talk to help me get there or whatever. So, and then like for my son, like he ain't here yet, but when he get here, I just wanna show him like what it is to be a man and just to be like a good person in general, bro. Cause like all my family is just straight good vibes, and we don't like a lot of arguing and stuff like that. So we like a well-rounded family, and we real big on like love and respect. Yeah, another thing like basically is in a positive mindset too. So you can't think when you're mad. So my dad always tells me, like, if you're mad, really think about the situation first. To really think about, is it really worth it? You feel me? So that'll take you a long way.
Football, it's a forever revolving door. Like, you come through the door, you come in like, I'm in the NFL, and they got it all on the walls, out the back door. That's your career's over with. And then the next man go out, the next man come in, like, it's just an assembly line. Eventually, you're gonna get pushed out regardless. Whether you can't play no more, whether you get injured, whether somebody beat you out of your spot, or they don't wanna pay you the money that they feel you deserve.
I was in a car accident in 2013, and the doctor said I was never going to be able to walk again or move anything from my neck down.
We had a few altercations, and I got arrested a few times, you know, due to the circumstances, and it's just this one day.
I remember him grabbing me by the shoulder and my neck, and he stabbed me